Jam with Ram, a show where every secret, tips and mantra of radiology will be discussed in detail with Dr. Ram, an eminent radiologist from Hyderabad. We're very happy to have with us two eminent personalities from the Philips Healthcare. First, Mr. Krishna Kumar, who's the President and CEO of Philips Healthcare, and also Ms. Rekha Ranganathan, who's the Senior Director, Marketing Strategy and Business Development, Philips Healthcare. Welcome both of you to our show.
My pleasure.
My first question is to you, Mr. Krishna Kumar. What do you think of the healthcare in India as of now?
Wow, that's a broad question.
Yes.
I'll try and keep it as short. I think 3 or 4 key points when we think about healthcare. First, India is probably the country with the lowest healthcare access that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you'll believe what I say, but India has something like 1.3 beds per 1,000 population, which is lower than that in most African countries, half that of China, half that of Brazil, and of course 1/7 that of Japan and most of the developed world. If you hold the number of beds constant, the number of MRs, the number of CTs, you look at most equipment that go in terms of hardware and infrastructure for healthcare, and again, India is one of the lowest in the world. So if you look at the number of physicians, we have really high quality clinicians and physicians at the high end, and we have mediocrity as well in India. Goes with any country the size of India. We have a dearth of paramedical staff, clearly. I mean, whether it is technicians in the field that we operate in, like radiology and so on, or nursing in general. There's a big shortage of nursing in the country at a macro level. And there is a lot of investment coming in healthcare, recognizing the fact that, as India gets reasonably more affordable as a country, better healthcare is something that most citizens are going to demand for in general. So it's actually an exciting space for us to be in. I mean, the US is looking at healthcare reform going the other way, of bringing down costs. We do need to take care of our costs in healthcare, but having said that, most of India's healthcare is on the swing the other way, which is headed upwards. Okay. So it's a very exciting time and a place to be in healthcare.
Certainly. Okay. And Ms. Rekha, where do you kind of see your marketing strategy as far as making the rural people also aware of the healthcare?
So our strategy in terms of helping drive healthcare access and affordability of radiology solutions in India has three axes. If you think about the way we are thinking about it, the first is, given the fact that there is a huge need in terms of physicians who are qualified to do radiology and radiology related applications, we believe there is an investment required in training and professional education of physicians who operate in these markets, whether they are in urban markets or they are in rural markets. So that's the first big area of focus for us. The second area of focus for us is making sure that along with physician awareness, there is awareness amongst patients for the need for solutions related to any disease areas that they suffer from. So that's another big area of focus in terms of driving awareness with patients, both again in urban and more importantly in rural populations, whether that be in the area of oncology, women's health, or radiology related diseases. So that's the second big area of focus. The third big area of focus is making sure that we've got products that meet the needs of markets like India, in order to make sure that we are able to offer affordable solutions and thereby also improve accessibility to these solutions. So those are the 3 big areas of focus for us as a company.
Wonderful. In fact, I was a very strong, very potential, when I started off my MR practice, looked as very young radiologist who has decided about what MRI systems he will work in future. right? That means always Siemens, Siemens, then started GE. And somehow I always felt that Philips body language, behavior was not suiting Indian scenario. Mr. Neblink was there long back in the past. He's a good friend of mine. Deepankar Ray at Eindhoven and Best is also a good friend of mine. I visited Philips whole in business site and ecosystem, and I liked a lot of people, and the whole interface was very interesting. But somehow I felt it is not hyped enough. Not then, even now I feel that some of your sequences in MR, because I am a prime MR user, and some of your things have to be much more hyped. Now it is only 20%, still 70-80% has to be done.